Over the last couple of years, the community in Plattsburgh has raised almost $500,000 for research. That's incredible. It's led to support for 3 clinical trials in ALS. It's also led to people studying other neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and Huntington's and Alzheimer's to come together with ALS scientists and think about what's common between those disorders that we can work on together to try to actually solve all of them.
Each disease like ALS and Alzheimer's and Huntington's has its own pathology that's specific to a certain part of the central nervous system and which types of nerve cells they kill. But in the end, it's neuroinflammation, which is the reaction of the nervous system against that pathology that ends up killing more nerve cells than the original pathology.
If we can dampen down that inflammation, if we can get rid of it in ALS, in Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's, we might really be able to make a huge impact on the disease course.
And at that point, now you can do drug discovery and come up with the off switches. So that's what we're trying to do, and that screening has already begun here at Mind.
Being a researcher here at Mind is fantastic. My lab is focused on determining the therapeutic effects of 2 compounds. One's called microneurotrophins, and in another collaborative effort, we are looking at the effects of urate. Increasing urate levels have been shown to be protective in Parkinson's disease, and currently they're in clinical trials. What they've learned from Parkinson's disease, we're applying now to ALS, and together we're working to see if increasing urate in ALS can also be neuroprotective.
In my lab, we're using stem cell models to try and develop new treatments. Stem cells are derived from ALS patients, and then the stem cells are made into human motor neurons. We found that the firing properties of motor neurons are abnormal in ALS, and we think that this contributes to the disease. So trying to understand what is causing those neurons to fire abnormally, and there's evidence for increased firing across different neurodegenerative diseases.
Based on just the knowledge alone, I've never been more enthusiastic or optimistic about the potential for stopping neurodegenerative diseases. If I talk to my colleagues, and let's say we have a to-do list of things that we can do right now based on what we know, all of us are probably doing between 3 to 5% of what we could do, simply because of lack of funding.
People have referred to this as really like the perfect storm, in that finally we have enough knowledge about these neurodegenerative diseases, ALS, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's disease, that we could really make a big difference if we had the resources. So that knowledge and the hope comes right at the time where our government spending in research is plummeting. With these additional funds, we can do 2 major things. One is we can get treatments that are ready today to patients. That is really critical. But we can also use some of the funds for the laboratory. We now have studies with drugs that can block neuroinflammation in all these diseases. And we couldn't have really done the pilot studies without the support from the ALS Raising Hope and from the Walk for Hope. You can make a difference as a community.